They're a +8 rebounding-wise in the third quarter. Those shooting numbers help. So does that.
He is putting on a clinic. Pistons have this look in their eyes like, man, we are not on this level.
Yeah, and they weren't. Celtics get the win, 111-99. Tom Giles, Eddie House with you for Celtics postgame live. And Eddie, I think you saw a handful of guys that kind of stepped up in different spots throughout this game for the Celtics. But in the end, it was all about the fact that they had the best player on the floor, Jayson Tatum, with those 34 points.
And it's always a luxury to have the best player on the floor in any game. In any game, it's great to have him. And he went to work. And like he said, he felt like he had subpar performance. You know, in the first half, he was kind of lacking a little bit. But then also you look at the game, the previous game, to where he didn't play up to his standard, MVP caliber type standard. And he came out and balled out in that second half. And he put the Celtics on his back and went to work.
And we're going to talk more about Jayson Tatum in just a second. But right now, Abby Chin's going to talk to Jayson Tatum. Let's send it back out to Abby.
Jayson, it's never easy against the Pistons. They cut a 23-point lead that you guys had in the third down to single digits. How were you able to close it out?
Just answer that run. This is the NBA. No 20-point lead is ever safe. Especially against this team, right? They don't got the best record, but they compete. They're physical. They got some talented players. So we just have to continue to fight to the end and respond, and that's what we did in the fourth.
For you personally, what adjustments did you make in the second half?
I just had to wake up a little bit. You know, I started off a little slow, and I just had to get myself going. Because first half, I was stinking it up.
You were thinking a lot?
Stinking it up.
I see. Oh, okay. So that's very different. You guys are 3-0, though, now against the Pistons. Just had a lengthy conversation with former assistant Jerome Allen. You let him know that?
Yeah, you know, that's my man. It's always good to see him. So we always got a little friendly back and forth with each other when we play each other.
How important was it for you guys to come in here and get this win, not only on the road, but just coming off of that loss against Phoenix?
Yeah, we just have been playing as well as we'd like to lately. You know, lost 4 out of the last 6 or something. So just trying to respond and keep in mind what the goal is and keep working towards it.
Jayson, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so I mean, it's always funny. The guy says he was stinking it up. He had 12 points at the half, but it really was the 18 points, Eddie House, that he had in the third quarter when the Celtics kind of took control of this game.
Yeah, he just got aggressive. Look, he's just getting downhill. I think he made a conscious mindset and effort to say, I'm trying to get downhill. Once all that starts happening, you start get baskets at the rim, you get to the free throw line because you're getting fouls, you're able to get your open shots on the perimeter. And I just think not settling was the main thing for him tonight, is not being a guy that's like, I'm just going to settle for what the defense gives me. No, I'm going to make whatever I want to happen, and the defense is going to have to give it to me regardless.
And also, I mean, it's just he's filling out the stat sheet in these games as well. You know, 11 rebounds, the 6 assists. It's just the offense, as it should, when he's on the floor, just looks completely different. Everyone else seems more at ease, and the ball just moves.
Yeah, well, I always say this. If he has 8 or more rebounds, to me, I feel like he's engaged into the game. If he has that, that means that you're attacking the basketball. You're paying attention to when the basketball is coming off you. You're like locked in because you don't get rebounds by accident. You have to be in attack mode to get any rebound. Whoever's been a rebounder, they understand that. And that's something that is understood throughout the league. And him having 11 rebounds, big time, you know, going out there and being able to do that. I think that also sets the tone of I'm going to be aggressive and I'm not going to be settling. So to see him come out, you know, he hasn't had the last couple games, you know, weren't fantastic games and any of the stretch, especially the last game, to come out here and get this win and put the team on his back like he did. And it's like he said, man, I was stinking it up in the first half. To recognize that and come back in the second half and say that you're not going to say that about me. Remember who I am. Remember my name. I'm an MVP candidate. And this is the reason why we are the best team in the league, is because of not only what I do, but what else everybody else on the team does. But it starts with me.
It starts with him. And you look at some of the other guys, you know, Derrick White had 23. Rob Williams had 15 and 15. Huge night for him. Malcolm Brogdon, 16. Sam Hauser had 15, all in the first half. Speaking of Sam Hauser, I mean, we saw him letting it fly there in the first half, Eddie, and you love that. I didn't have the same rhythm going in the second half, but still, This is an encouraging sign for Sam Hauser.
Yeah, no doubt. And sometimes when Jayson Tatum wasn't, like he said, was stinking it up in the first half, guess who wasn't? Sam Hauser wasn't. Sam Hauser was picking up the slack. That's the reason why you have your teammates back. That's the reason why it is a team sport. Every time, the guy is not going to always have it rocking and rolling. And for those moments that the guy that is the main guy that's going to get the most attempts doesn't have it going, make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. And Sam Hauser did that in the first half. And Jayson Tatum just followed up in the second half, said, hey, you know what? Great look. Good look. I'm going to take care of this the rest of the game, and we're going to win this basketball game.
All right, we got Scal with us now. Scal, I want to go back to Tatum with you because I don't know how many times you've asked this season, but you've asked him many times on the broadcast. What are we witnessing? What did we witness tonight?
I mean, so the game, he started out getting everyone else involved. He was like 1 for 7 from the field, and he just dominated the second half. Like, once the Detroit Pistons decided, it's like, we're going to have to, and you guys mentioned Sam Hauser, we're going to have to get out on Sam Hauser. We're going to have to take care of Derrick White. Jayson Tatum destroyed this team all by himself, getting to the lane, getting right to the rim, and then when that happened, the step back. So Tatum was special today. He was special in the second half. I'm surprised the Pistons didn't make adjustments to him because once he has it going, you are not going to beat the Boston Celtics with Tatum playing the way he did in that second half.
Meanwhile, Rob Williams, Scal, I want to follow up with him because the 15 points, the 15 rebounds, and he did the bulk of that in the second half. We're seeing him make some incredibly athletic plays, and it's just he continues to exceed expectations as far as that goes. Around the rim, a couple of tip-ins. What did you think of Rob Williams tonight?
So, like, we don't talk enough about the talent that it takes to read the ball off the rim, and he is doing that. Like, sometimes that ball would just barely hit the rim, and he would be the first one to it. He reacts so well to it, gets off his feet fast, gets up and finishes. Like, when you're in the NBA and you're offensive rebound, and you get the ball and you go and lay it up, and everyone else is standing flat-footed, you're special at what you do. Rob Williams, at his position for what he does, is special, and he was special tonight. And he had a load. Jalen Duren was tough. Like, he was pounding Rob early, pushing him in the back, and Rob just stayed tough throughout, and he ended up the game with 15 points, 15 rebounds, super efficient. I love the way that Rob played today.
Yeah, I think one thing you hit on, Scal, was the way to read the ball off the rim. Great rebounders, all of those guys have that ability. And they can read defensive rebounds, but to read offensive rebounds, to be in the right position, to get the right position. He had 6 of his 15 rebounds tonight were from the offensive end. Now, mind you, that gives you an extra possession. If he puts it back in, that gives us buckets. But then a lot of times that goes out to a kick out and to a 3. We all know that's how basketball usually works. So for me, when I look at what Rob Williams does, it's like the uncanny ability. It's the second jump as well. It's the first one, the second jump, but then also just the ability to read the ball off the rim off of guys that are shooting the shot, not on his team. Because a lot of times when it's on your team, you battling somebody in front of you. Somebody has position on you. He has to get position. Then he has to read where it's coming off. He has to be able to get it and go back up. I think that's something that is an unbelievable talent that a lot of people, that if you are just people that don't understand basketball, it might go under the radar, but watching it is a phenomenal talent.
All right, Scott, we're going to let you go. Just, by the way, Tatum didn't get to the 10 assists, but he did go over that 5.5, so that's still a winner there.
That's because the Pistons had terrible defense. If they would have played halfway decent defense, my man would have had 12 assists tonight. But, hey, man, I can't account for everything, Tom Giles.
No, you still got it. You still went over the 5.5, so sometimes you just got to split it up a little bit.
Terrible defense.
We didn't get the big-time flyer. That would have been nice. But, hey, Celtics get the win. That's even better, 111-99, so they improved to 38-16 on the year.